What is this man talking about when he says, I surrender my life to higher power? What does he mean? We're coming online to love. We're coming online to freedom. We're coming online to abundance. We're coming online to that which is good for us and good to us. Our community members who are already here are invited to stay where they are to participate today, or come over to the YouTube, wherever you have preference, is where you are welcome to be. I will check the YouTube comments intermittently while we're here, just to make sure that we're all together in harmony. Poppy Water, yesterday or day before yesterday, was talking so powerfully about what it means to be in harmony. Why do I feel like I am glitching today? I think I have too many things going at one time. One moment, y'all. I think I have too many windows open, and my computer is saying, I will fly away if you don't stop playing these games. I think we're better now. Perhaps. Okay. Anyway, we're coming online to love and joy and what it means to live a happy life for as long as we are here. We're not too focused on the future because it hasn't happened yet, right? And everything that we think is going to happen in the future is just a presupposition or an imaginary thought. We're not really sure, right? We're not really sure of what's going to happen tomorrow. For some of us, that brings us anxiety. I may have to end one of these streams because it looks like we're having an issue across everything. Geek stuff. I think that cleared us. That cleared us. There's a little too much on the system, and so I want to make sure that people are not too distracted by the technology and focused on the words. That we are recognizing that we don't have much longer on the planet to be here. They say that an average human lives around 4,000 weeks. I've lived over 2,000 of mine. So we are well on our way to the finish line. And so how we live our lives and how we embrace our day is really, really important. You see me every day doing things that make me happy, singing and rehearsing my songs and standing in my truth of being a world-class, top-notch entertainer, spreading this loved and lovable message. It brings me so much joy. So why not be in it more? And all of you know the things in your life that bring you joy. I would encourage you today to step further into those. Does anybody want to tell me to stop shuffling today so that I can pick the card? I'll look at the comments. If no one says stop, then I'll just stop whenever I feel like it. Because aren't we doing things when we feel like it? We talked earlier this morning about the fact that you can tell your feelings how to feel. You can give life back to yourself. You can be loved and lovable. Today's card is doing our best. We are all doing our best with the understanding and awareness we have in this moment. Any decision I take is okay, no matter the outcome. I make the best of any situation and learn as I go along. Drink your water, mind your business. Doing our best. We're all doing our best with the understanding and awareness we have in this moment. Any decision I take is okay, no matter the outcome. I make the best of any situation and learn as I go along. I'm going to read it one more time. We are all doing our best. Alicia Atulaja, Grammy Award winning Alicia Atulaja was in my chat this morning. I didn't even see that. I was in the zone. She said, high notes in the morning. My God. Yes, Dr. Flo be trying. Doing our best. We are all doing our best with the understanding and awareness we have in this moment. Any decision I take is okay. No matter the outcome, I make the best of any situation and learn as I go along. It's okay to learn as you go. It's okay to grow and go at the same time. It is okay to grow and go at the same time. Okay? Today is Sacral Chakra Day. The theme of the week is prayer. We'll talk a bit more about prayer in a second. But first we'll talk about the sacral chakra. Okay. So those of you who've been with us for the last few months, and there are people in this space who've been with us for a few months. There are others who attend who've been with us for a few years. There's some who stop by occasionally who've been around me for decades. Okay. Same foundational energy. Loved and lovable. Expression of joy. Expression of truth. Even when the person this morning on Bigo called me the F slur. What do you want from me? You want me to dim my light because you call me the F slur? Are you trying to convince me that I don't belong to the loving universe when you call me the F slur? Now, there are a lot of people who call me it under their breath. There are a lot of people who think it and never say it. Well, the person this morning wanted me to know that I was a baguette with a hard F. Those things don't bother me anymore the way they used to because I know that I'm loved and lovable. It doesn't matter what someone else says about me and how I appear to them. I am deeply and profoundly loved and lovable. And if you hang out with me long enough, and if you stay for longer than a week, you'll see that every week we have a theme, and every week we talk per day about an area of our lives that might need attention. So if I am an F slur to you, and I just might be an F slur to you, just know that I'm a loved and lovable one. Okay? Whatever honorific you want to give me. If it's the F slur or the S slur or the N slur, whatever honorific you choose to give Dr. Flo, just make sure that you put loved and lovable. If I'm a nigga to you, make sure that I'm a loved and lovable nigga. If I'm a faggot to you, make sure that you know that I'm a loved and lovable faggot. Are we clear? Dr. Flo is a loved and lovable faggot. Huh? I'm a loved and lovable faggot. I'm a loved and lovable nigga. Make sure you put that part on it before you call me out of my name. And not only am I loved and lovable, but I'm doing my best. We've grounded our energy for many years here in this community, so it takes very little to disturb a spiritual gangsta. It takes more than that to disturb someone who is operating in their anointing and ashe. You have to meet me where I am. And where I reside is in the vibration of loved and lovable. So no matter what I need Black people to stop getting offended when these people call us the N slur. I need queer people to stop being offended when they call us the F slur. You ain't said nothing to me. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made by the Most High. Who do you report to? I'm fearfully and wonderfully made by the Most High. I'm loved and lovable. That's the authority with my hat all over my head, with my covering all over my head this morning. It was like, and even with my alfalfa, I'm still loved and lovable. And y'all can't do anything about it. That's why you stay mad. You love lurkers and you naysayers and you slur throwers, you negativity builders, you negative Nancy's and miserable Melvins. You stay in that vibration because you've not clicked into the truth of you being loved and lovable. I don't even feel the attacks anymore because the spirit has lifted me above the battlefield. So in all those little petty arguments y'all have and the gossiping that y'all do and the not believing in yourselves and all of that nonsense and calling people names, trying to get distracted from their purpose, you know? And thank you for the violation warning, TikTok. Thank you for the violation warnings. I'm over on Bigo and YouTube and Instagram. So if you want to let me go, you can do that. I'm all powerful. They didn't like me calling myself what the world calls me. They didn't like that over on TikTok. They didn't like me being a real one about the life I live and the names I get called on their platforms. They didn't like that. I guess it was too real. I guess life got too real for the algorithm. That's why I got 6 other streams going right now. I am all powerful. I am all powerful. I've been here before. I learned that when they started trying to tell me how to speak about my lived experience and to invalidate who I am in the world and what I have to put up with as a loved, lovable creature of the Most High, I learned that if one platform says that you're in violation, open 5 others. You think my ancestors stopped trying to leave the plantation the first time? My ancestors tried to leave the plantation over and over and over again. You ain't did nothing to me. You ain't done nothing to me, folks. I am free as a jaybird, as my daddy used to say. I am free as a jaybird. You can call me whatever slur you want. And when I talk about the slurs and tell you that I'm loved and lovable, you can take me down. Take it all. You can have the whole world, but give me the spirit of Jesus, the spirit of love. Take the live. I know y'all out there struggling to get your 1,000 follows so you can be live on TikTok. Take it. Take it all. And give me my peace, my love, and my sound mind. I'm happier than y'all. That's the ultimate nan nanny boo boo. The ultimate nan nanny boo boo that I will live and die with is that I will live and die happier than many of you. Taste and see. Taste and see. They told me if you keep talking about the names that you get called on these platforms while you're being yourself. Remember, I was singing this morning, praises to the Most High. And then I got called the F slur. I chose to say it. And then someone in my very small audience, decided to report me. But I got 3, backup plans. Love is a superpower. You cannot stop it. Let me open. Oh my God. They can't do what you can do, but they don't want you to do it either. Okay? These people cannot do what you can do, but they don't want you to do it either. Ain't it something? They can't do what you can do, but they don't want you to do it. Here are a couple quotes that I pulled from the internet this morning while I was encouraging my soul when none of you were around, reporting me for violations. Me being the loved and lovable F slur that I am. I told the people online, and you can catch up with me if you'd like, over on Instagram. One of my early morning Instagram posts, I said, "Swipe for Dr. Flo's inspirational finds of the day." My love language is safety. And feeling emotionally safe means collecting evidence that I can be my authentic, messy, sometimes dysregulated, and struggling human self and still be valued, cared for, and not abandoned. Once again, we're talking about all of the things that happen on the internet that could discourage you, all the things that happen in your family and friends group that could discourage you from being who you are, right? There's so many things. Tara. They're already reporting me for a violation and trying to take me down on TikTok this morning because I called myself a loved and lovable F slur and a loved and lovable N slur. And I meant it with my whole chest. And if they want to take the stream, they can have it. I would never have thought about the F slur today if someone, while I was worshiping the Lord of love, didn't come in and they had to spell it with a number 3 because they couldn't spell it with their whole chest because they get deplatformed. So they threw the F slur at me. I'm gonna put it in the back feed today. But don't think you're gonna come out in the world being boldly loved and lovable. I sing for thousands of people online every day. Yesterday I hit 4,000. On my way to 110,000 again. Don't think you're gonna come out here in life being bright and shiny and loved and lovable and not get a few haters that will call you a name, and then when you speak up about it, say you're in violation. Fuck y'all. Fuck yeah. My love language is safety. And feeling emotionally safe means collecting evidence that I can be my authentic, messy, sometimes dysregulated and struggling human self and still be valued, cared for, and not abandoned. My life, not yours. Another thing. Oh, there's a little graphic here. You'll have to go to my Instagram to see it. If you're not watching over on YouTube, there are these adult figures and caretakers that are speaking life and speaking little flower petals into this wee one. And then after speaking flower petals into the wee one begins to speak flower petals. This is all talking to us about the ways in which when we speak love and life and positivity into any human, that's what comes out of them. We become who we're taught to be. That's why in my work, I teach people to be deeply and profoundly loved and lovable no matter what, and to make happiness an inside job. So that if you're not in a situation like what we see on the screen where love is being spoken into you, you can figure out how to be in community with people who want to speak life and love into you. Okay? You're also around people like me who've learned to take no shit off of small-minded people and people with no faces online. So many artists will tamp down their gifts and their dreams, and so many of you will not become the fullest manifestation of yourself because you're afraid that someone's going to call you an F slur or an N slur online. Or what they do on TikTok is that they use the country Niger, which is a country, to communicate to you that they think that you are an N slur. Right? people getting very crafty and strategic about the ways in which they are hateful, but no one wants to talk about how to get in tune with and real about love. That's why some of y'all can't talk to me, because you're not as real about love as you are about gossip. You're not as real about love as you are real about bullshit. You're not as real about love as you are about making a difference in the world. I see you as I see myself. Next slide. We may never go back. May we never go back to the dark places we fought so hard to get out of. The reason why I go so hard this morning about speaking up to people who call me names online and telling them to go fuck themselves is because as a young child who did nothing to anybody harmful, because I was a child, I was constantly put in situations where I was made to feel bad about who I am. And there are people every day, including 1444 somebody over on TikTok, who came in today trying to make me feel bad about who I am. May we never go back to the dark places we fought so hard to get out of. I came out of the closet 20 years ago. Okay? For me, the dark place was the closet. Living in a homophobic society, living in a transphobic society, living in a place where anything different is vilified. Y'all do it to each other in your families. You do it to each other in your churches. You do it to each other in your schools. You push people into dark places when they simply want to be their loved and lovable selves. May we never go back to the dark places we fought so hard to get out of. And if you're going back to dark places that you got out of, that's you. Stop going back to those dark places. Okay? Ooh, Mandy Hale gave us the business. If y'all want to read these for yourself, they're over on both my personal Andre and the Flow Instagram, and they're also over on Love and Action Net on Instagram. You are allowed to outgrow people. This includes past versions of yourself. I'm going to say it one more time. We ain't going back, Tara. I'm not going back. To know that being left alone with my coffee and my songs and my small community that's growing, just knowing that this is enough. I'm not going back to a place of wanting more followers and things. Jim Rohn told me earlier in the week, I need less followers and I need more students. Y'all can follow these celebrities and people. He said, don't be a follower, be a student. Is what Jim Rohn says. And so to that end, and he's one of my favorite teachers. We'll listen to some of him today in the community. Jim Rohn, while I clean up the house and do some light work because it's Monday and I don't work very hard on Mondays like the rest of y'all. It's a choice. Mondays are my lightest day. No more do I have to say, oh, Monday's coming. Oh, Mondays are my lightest day. They've been that way since I worked in the theater, and they're that way again. I'm not working hard today. Y'all can do that. Rainy days and Mondays get you down. That's a choice. That's a choice. That's a choice. Some people are off on Mondays. I work very lightly on Mondays. But no, we're not going back, Tara, to going back to that last slide. We may never go back. I'm sorry, may we never go back to the dark places. We're not going back. When I start to do a comparative analysis, anybody in the room, they also can't stand that I'm a Black man with an education. That really bothers them that I'm a Black man with an education, that my subjects and verbs agree with such eloquence, that I'm so poised and excellent. It just grinds. They would have to call me an F slur when I'm this fabulous. And I'm not going back into these dark places. I will no longer be manipulated by people in the ways I was even in the last 3 years. One of my darkest places of the last 3 years was that somehow I learned from society and from people around me, and this shifts. So if it ain't you, it ain't you. But I learned somehow after the pandemic how to disrespect myself. I talk about this all the time on the days that I get to share in Love and Action Network. On the days when they pass me the talking stick, it really, really baffled me and startled me that I had lost such respect for myself over the last few years. All the suffering I've had in my life, all the ways in which I've allowed TikTok and other places to try to take my voice and my power from me. I basically learned and picked up from society like a rotten piece of food. That's the only thing to eat, I thought. I learned to not deeply and profoundly love and approve of myself. And by forgetting to deeply and profoundly love and approve of myself, I began to casually disrespect myself. I began, as Jim Rohn says, I began to major in minor things. I began to major in minor things. And that took me into dark places. We're not going back. Meditations in my pour over and being given social self-care, energetic boundaries and space to cook my energetics and my magic. I'm never going back. I found a partner, a romantic partner who I share a bed with, who does not want to disturb anyone or anyone and their peace, who seeks out peace and harmony in our relationship and our home. Why would I go back to the dark place? Huh? Why would I go back now that I know that I can have it good in here? And I can invite other people to come in here. There are people who are still, and I know y'all watch me, so I'm gonna let you know. Y'all watch me and y'all send me really, really cryptic, weird DMs. I'm not hiding it from you. If you text message me, I'm gonna give you a 30-minute appointment to see what you got to say. But you better come correct. And for the rest of you out there pretending that I'm ignoring you, I'm not ignoring you. You're ignoring you. My calendar is open to all who wish to receive. You're gonna pay me first. You are allowed to outgrow people. You are allowed to outgrow people. This includes past versions of yourself. I'm still in the window, right? 12 to 1 is my slot today. I'm in the window. I'm doing great. Do you want to build a snowman? Okay, bye. I love her. That's a whole sermon in itself. The young girl had all this promise and vigor in her, had a stinking thinking sister that had so much power but didn't know it. She said, "Do you want to build a snowman? Do you want to build a snowman? Okay, bye." What a sermon. Tara says she does. That's why we've been collaborators, never friends. But that's why she's been my good Judy and collaborator and architect and visionary and soon to be board member of Love and Action Network as Speak It, and even Thursday, third chakra day. But if you are in your life asking people to build a snowman with you and they don't want to build a snowman, that little girl said, "Okay, bye." And she moved the fuck on. And so should you. I'm learning this. I got people in my life right now asking me if I'm okay. I'm okay. Are you okay? I can't find your appointment link anywhere. It's because I took my appointments back. Y'all were booking and canceling too much. Y'all were booking and not showing up. Y'all weren't booking at all. Now I'm handing out my time and attention to those who deserve it. Those who are not going to waste my time on my mission. Y'all, there's billions of people on the planet. Go waste somebody else's time. If you're coming towards me, look to be involved in conversations about freedom. Look to be involved in conversations about purpose. Look to be involved. We are fascinated here with freedom. We are fascinated here with releasing the entanglements off of one's life. Just for today, I will choose to be free. Just for today, I will stand in my purpose and my calling. Just for today, I will ignore the hyenas on the internet who seek to take me down. The people who are out there in the lives, friends and family, and people behind them who seek to shut me down for violation, they ain't even there no more. I'm looking at 0 people. Ain't that something? Your friends and your family will come and go, and even your haters. The person who was out there trying to take me down and said, you're in violation. If you keep it up, we're going to take away your right to speak. Even my hater ain't there no more. Y'all do not, I'm so bold with my shit because y'all got to realize your family and your friends will be there and then they won't be there. Your haters are even less committed than them, and they ain't committed at all. I'm not saying these people like Angie and then they got jobs, Starlight got jobs. I'm not coming for anybody. What I'm saying is that, like, think about how discouraged I could have been if I'd been like, ooh, they're going to take my life from me. The people who are trying to take it just 20 minutes ago, the room is on 0. They ain't ever had no power. They ain't ever going to have none. You're allowed to outgrow people. This includes past versions of yourself. As a person who was bullied in my childhood and has been bullied up to the present moment this morning in my life, I have a huge fuck y'all for people out here living not in their purpose, trying to tell me how to live. I got a huge fuck y'all for those of you who ain't living your real dreams, but want to tell me how to struggle in mine. Some of us are out here on the leading edge of this experience. No takebacks. Some of us are actually going for the things that scare us. We are not the same. You are allowed to outgrow people. This includes past versions of yourself. 0 TikTok watchers. Okay? The people who come for you cannot last you. I like sometimes going on Facebook and looking at the lives of the people who talk shit about me in my childhood. I like going online sometimes and looking at the lives of the people who teased me when I was a young professional in entertainment. Comparison is a thief of joy, but let me tell you something. If I had to exchange lives with any of these haters, I would not. I am loved and lovable. I am full of myself because I cannot be full of you. Viktor E. Frankl said, between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. We talk every day. Tara does a lot of talking as well in our community, and I do a bunch as well, about choices. How you are programming the entire experience, your life. I speak boldly and courageously every day online because some people, it may not be you. You may have rejected the message that you're loved and lovable. You may have rejected that you get to choose your life. You may have rejected that you're pre-programming and programming your entire lived experience. You may have rejected that because that would require too much work of you. And Tara, yes, you do talk a lot. But you are a force and an orator and a powerful speaker who can make as much money in it that you want to. Mic drop. Between stimulus and response, there's a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. Remember, I often teach, and remember, I'm not looking for followers, y'all. I'm looking for students. I'm not looking to be a follower. I'm looking to be a student of life. Okay? I'll throw you a little like stone and a follow, but don't embarrass yourself when you come back months later and you're like, Dr. Flo, have you been paying attention to me? No, no, no. But what have you been working on? Okay, well, let me know how I can support you. In our response to life, our responsibility, our ability to respond to what's happening to us lies our growth and our freedom. For the last year in my life, I often laid on my back, acting helpless, acting abandoned, sometimes acting afraid. Sometimes I was in real fear. Sometimes I was in real fear, and sometimes I was afraid or acting afraid. You know, sometimes you can really work yourself up to being really, really afraid of life. So then the lines get blurred. You're not really sure whether you're really afraid or or is something else going on. I would encourage everyone to go to the website, lovedandlovable.org/emotions. Before anybody starts telling me their problems in life, like before anyone in life starts telling me, like you get about like maybe like 2 to 3 minutes to tell me what's going bad for you. I'm not that kind of friend. There are those kind of friends. I'm not that kind of friend. You get about 2 to 3 minutes to tell me what's going bad, and then and Tara's about the same way. You get about 2 or 3 solid minutes to say what the fuck is going on with you, and then after you say it, we then point you to the emotion wheels. Where are the emotions for you here? Okay, and then do you have a plan to work yourself up the emotional guidance scale? Well, how are you gonna go from boredom to content? How are you gonna go from fear to positive expectation? What's your plan? You want me to call you next week to make sure you're still working your plan? Y'all ain't ready for this jelly. Next slide. For a seed to achieve its greatest expression, it must come completely undone. Some of y'all get so offended by me when I show up because I am a motherfucker of love who's become completely undone. Life in the last 3 years beat me up like a pinata. You weren't even around. Most of you were not around. I can dare say, because of the way the audience is set up today, none of you were around. No shade, Tara. I did it. But none of you were around in my deepest, darkest. Even in the people in the neighborhood weren't around in my deepest and darkest. In life when I was coming completely undone. And this is normal in life for us to become completely undone. Expect it. Expect it to come, expect it to come undone with the cameras rolling. Expect it to come undone when the cameras aren't rolling. Expect it to for a seed to achieve its greatest expression. It must come completely undone. This is why I'm not interested anymore in these respectability politics. Some people reject me every day. Even my partner's father is obsessed with my scruffy beard. You know, your man would do so well. You know, your man could do better online if he did something about that beard. Nigga, I've come completely undone. Y'all like perfect leaders. Y'all like perfect friends and perfect family. Y'all like educated, Black excellence, sensation of success, friends and family that y'all can put on a pedestal so you can feel good about knocking them off it. I'm going to say it one more motherfucking time. I woke up ready to go this morning. Where's my coffee? Where's my coffee? Oh, Jesus. I woke up ready to go this morning. Some of y'all, and you know who you are, y'all love to put your family and friends and your spiritual leaders and worship leaders like me up on a pedestal. Y'all love to lift me up to knock me down. I shouldn't have been on the pedestal in the first place. Okay? Y'all can't put me on a pedestal. I've been canceled by you no less than 15 times. I have come completely undone. I'm exactly the motherfucker that TikTok wants to call a violator because I've come completely undone. For a seed to achieve its greatest expression, it must come completely undone. The shell cracks, its insides come out. Ah, you ever had your insides come out, Tara? I got the time this morning. Have you ever had your insides come out? That part of you that drives your family and friends away on TikTok. They can't even come and show up in your live and sit with you for an hour or two because your insides came out. It reminds me of a time that I went back to my home for a reunion with my high school family, and I was out one night drinking, and the beers got to me a little bit, and I started crying about the memories of my childhood, and my childhood friends told me to shut the fuck up. You're ruining our good time. My insides were coming out. They didn't want to see it. Later in life, I see on Facebook, their insides are coming out too. Because life will make your insides come out. For a seed to achieve its greatest expression, it must come completely undone. The shell cracks, its insides come out, and everything changes. To someone who doesn't understand growth, it would look like complete destruction. To someone who doesn't understand growth, it would look like complete destruction. It's not. It's not. A couple more. You can't grow with people who don't love how growth looks on you. You know that friend that you tell good news to? I don't have any friends like this or people close to me like this anymore because I've smoked them all out. They can't stay in my loved and lovable vibration. They start acting weird and funny. But you ever been around someone, you tell them their good news and they go, oh. Or you tell them your good news and they go, yeah, but those yeah, but people. Oh my God, like I spoke to 110,000 people last month online and spreaded the loved and lovable message across multiple platforms, TikTok, Bigo, Instagram, Facebook. Yeah, but did you make any money? No, but I just told you that I just like connected with 110 people. And that, but well, did anybody follow you? Yeah, that's great. But yeah, did anybody follow you? Yeah, but no, but I got 2.1 thousand loves on this loved and lovable vibration. Well, yeah, but I mean, why not 5,000? Ever been around energies like that? Anyone? You can't grow with people who don't love how growth looks on you. There are people who can't decide whether they are on your side or jealous of you. Pick for them. Put them outside. You have people in your life, you can't decide whether they're jealous of you or happy to see you win. Make the choice for them. Put them outside. I give you permission. And y'all know what I'm talking about. And by the way, I ain't scared of no ghosts. I ain't scared of no ghost. If I'm the one that you think can't make up his mind about whether I'm jealous of you. And by the way, I'm just like, I just told y'all earlier, I'm not jealous of any of your lives. Not a one. My life's not perfect, but I promise you, I'm not jealous of you. But if you think I am, you can go. If you think I am, but I promise you, Poppy Water and I talk about it all the time. I don't want your life. And you probably don't want mine either. I have 110,000 people in my nose every month rejecting me. But I know that I'm loved and lovable. And you can't grow with people who don't love how growth looks on you. Take an audit of the people in your life. Who's celebrating you openly and unapologetically? Who's booty clapping for you no matter what? Who's taking other people in your life to task about the way they show up for you? I loved it. I loved that when Tara got back into the mix. What is the status on the care infrastructure? She wouldn't stop asking. All right, words. Where is the love in action? Where is the love in action? You have to be around people who hold you accountable to your dreams and your purpose. You can't grow with people who don't love how growth looks on you. They start turning up less when you start to win. Set them free. Send them a pink slip. They start acting. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They start acting really. Yes, Sarah. We move mountains and break cycles here. 10 generations forward, 10 generations back. You got someone in your life who can't make up their mind or not, whether they're on your side fully with demonstrated effort and concern. Kick them out. Kick them out. I promise you, you'll have more energy to get the job done. Next slide. There's a little, for those of you who are listening in solely, there's a little boat image. And it says, perhaps you don't need more energy. Remove instead what blocks you. There's a little anchor behind the boat. It's not perhaps that you don't have enough wind in your sails. You may have an anchor of negative people around you. You may have an anchor of toxicity. You may have some unchecked negativity inside your heart. You may have an energy and a spirit of disbelief. You may be doubting yourself. If you hang around long enough, though, we got solutions here. Like Tara says, we break chains here. We break chains every day. You got to want to be free, though. Some of y'all pretend like you want to be free, but you don't want to be free. Can't you tell I want to be free? Last one. And these are all things I found on the internet this morning. Remember, when you're looking for good, good is looking for you. When you're looking for inspiration, inspiration is looking for you. I find inspiration in my life all day, every day. I really have a happy life. I'm not pretending to be happy with you guys. I really do have a happy life. Does my partner get on my nerves sometimes? Yes. Am I believing for exponential amplified abundance? Yes. Am I looking for freedom in all forms in my life because I don't have it completely just yet? Yes. But it's a pretty cool life to be loved and lovable. It's something that I stopped pretending to be and made a choice to just simply be. And it changed my relationship here to everything and everybody. When a person is truly loved and lovable, they are unfuckwithable. Sure, they can be displaced. Sure, they can be mistreated. But you cannot fuck with the ashe of a person who's loved and lovable. Like Eleanor Roosevelt said, all the water in the world cannot drown you if you don't let it inside. Back to the F slurs and the N slurs. I'm not talking about the F slurs and N slurs because it bothers me. I'm serving as an example to those who come behind me that it cannot and will not break you. The names that people call you to your face, behind your back, or online will not and cannot break your indomitable spirit. Your indomitable spirit. Oh God, I can feel you calling me. Oh God, I can feel you calling me. I know what you're calling me to. I know what you're calling me to. I can feel you calling me, God. I can feel you calling me. I can feel you calling me. I can feel you calling me right to the Henley. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I think whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade. And yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. I'm going to do it again. Out of the night. Anybody ever had a dark night in their lives? Maybe you're in a dark night right now. We've all had dark nights. I've had many dark nights. They don't scare me no more. One of the night. Oh, sorry. One second. Out of the night. Teleprompter. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I think whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade. And yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. We're running over today. I started late. We're ending late. Last slide. I will not apologize for my strength and the way it intimidates you. I will not tame my spirit and the way it howls. I will not be less. I will not apologize for my strength and the way it intimidates you. I will not tame my spirit and the way it howls. Woo! I will not be less. I will not be less. And you shouldn't either. Wait, I got really way off the script today. When you are anchored in your sacral chakra, you will be able to have healthy pleasure and sex in your life. You will be creative. You will be emotionally expressive. You will see the value and the honor in human connections. Remember, you don't need to be connected with everybody, but it's important because humans are interdependent organisms. Because we are interdependent organisms, and you're never going to be able to separate yourself from this. I tried, folks. You're never going to be able to separate yourself from other humans. That's part of the grand design. We all have long arms as spoons, and we cannot bring these large scoop. This is like a Buddhist koan, that we all as humans have these long-handled spoons as arms, and there's a banquet full of food, and I can scoop the mac and cheese, but I can't quite put it in my mouth. I have to feed it to the people. That's how life is built. If you're wondering why you can't feed yourself completely, it's because we've been engineered this way to be interdependent on each other. No person is an island. We have long-handled spoons as arms, and there's a banquet of food here, but I can't put it in my own mouth. I have to feed it to you. You have to feed it to me. It's one of the great enigmas and things in life. And for all of you people who think you don't need anybody, just wait until you get ill or incapacitated or immobile. You'll figure out how you need people. Life has a way of reminding us that we need people. That doesn't mean that I need you necessarily, but we all need somebody. I'm not trying to create codependent relationships, but interdependent relationships. We don't do codependency here. I don't need you to exist, and you don't need me to exist. It's a benefit that we get to be in each other's ashe. Not a given. I don't owe you my energy. You don't owe me yours. It's a benefit. It's the icing on the cake to be able to share ashe with certain people in human connection. I stand by that. When you are in balance in your sacral energy, you will kill your own joy. You'll figure out how to be a Debbie Downer in every situation. You won't see how the future is going to work out for you. You don't see how your future is bright, joyous, and secure. You can't receive sex. You can't even have a booty call because your sacral chakra is out of balance. Okay? Pleasure has a hard time coming to you. Your emotions and expressing needs is all out of balance. If you have an issue with your emotions and expressing needs, I recommend that you get yourself in a sacral chakra meditation and start to try to focus on how you can increase love into your creative and sexual energy, how you can work on your ability to accept change. What are you doing in your life to encourage emotional wellness, joy, energy, and success? Are you paying attention to how you feel? Have you gone to lovedandlovable.org/emotions and actually put your finger? It's a phone screen. It's a phone screen. So you can put your finger. You can put your finger on it. You can put your finger on it. How do you feel? I feel spicy today. I feel chill today. I feel eager to get on with the business of my day. I feel loved and lovable. I feel content. I feel unbothered. Today, anybody ever had one of those? Today, I'm unbothered. The whole world could fall off into the Milky Way, and I would not care today. Very unbothered today. Oh, and the person figured out how to get on my calendar. I see it. Loved and lovable. Your joy and your energy and your success will increase according to your attention that you give to it. Give it attention because you're worth it. 5 minutes on the clock. I started 15 minutes late. I will end 15 minutes late. We're in day 2 of week 8. Poor Poppy had to read that 2-page reading yesterday in Waiting to Exhale. I got like 2 sentences today. Day 2. This week's theme in Love and Action Network is prayer. Most of us have heard the phrase, stick with the winners. Who we associate with can directly influence our thoughts, attitudes, emotions, and behaviors. It's almost like I read the text last year and the year before that. It's almost like I read this years ago. Angie over on TikTok says, I made today into a day. It's called my day, which means I'm not worried about other folks' issues. That's right. That's right. That is so right. My happiness comes from me. My happiness only can come from me. We say that all the time here, Angie. It's from the Course in Miracles. My happiness can only come from me. My happiness can only come from me. Therefore, my happiness can only come from me, through me, and to me. Oh, hallelujah. Most of us have heard the phrase, stick with the winners. Who we associate with can directly influence our thoughts, attitudes, emotions, and behaviors. Who we associate with. Some people can only hang with me in lives for 5 minutes. Some people can hang with me for 5 days. Some people have been with me for 5 years. The people that you hang out with online or in real life are influencing your thoughts, attitudes, emotions, and behaviors. Why not spend a few minutes a day consciously connecting with God or higher power, your inner guidance, your emotional guidance system, whatever you want to call it? Most of us have heard the phrase, stick with the winners. Who we associate with can directly influence our thoughts, attitudes, emotions, and behaviors. Why not spend a few minutes a day consciously connecting with higher power? If your day, Angie's not bothered today, but if you are out there and you are bothered today, I want to extend to you an invitation to spend a few minutes consciously connecting with higher power. Just a few minutes of going into yourself and saying, show me clearly, clearly show me, I will wait. Y'all know I love this prayer here. I'm trying to teach you how to live. I'm trying to teach you how to be free. I'm trying to give you the freedom that I seek and that I have. The prayer goes like this. Show me clearly, clearly show me, I will wait. Show me clearly, clearly show me, I will wait. Show me clearly, clearly show me, I will wait. It's a patience prayer. And I promise you, after spending a few minutes a day consciously connecting with higher power, you can be like, oh my God, I figured this out. Yes, because you were praying the prayer. Show me clearly, clearly show me, I will wait. Prayer is a good thing to wrap around us every day. Whenever we get in a jam, get confused, need help, or don't know what to do next, taking a minute to talk to higher power and asking for guidance is a good call. I want to encourage everyone today that whenever you get into a jam, get confused, need help, or don't know what to do next, consider taking a minute to talk to higher power and asking for that guidance. Your heart knows the way. Everyone under the sound of my voice, either now and replay, you know what makes you happy. You know what makes you healthy. And you know the things that you do that create a lack of suffering in your life. You know the things that take the sting out of the suffering. I'm not a person that necessarily believes that, and I've lost my main screen somewhere in here. I'm not a person who believes that there will be no suffering in this life. I'm Buddhist, for fuck's sake. I believe that all of life is suffering. Are you doing the things that is required to remove that sting? Or to allow you to have happy moments just for today? I've never said that is some hocus pocus bullshit that if you ever find a spiritual leader that's telling you that some savior or something is going to come into your life and take all of the pain away once and for all, I got something else in my pocket to show you. We're not going to cease from suffering in this life. So who are you going to hang with? What you going to listen to? Who are you going to commune with? Who are you going to commune with? Who are you going to step into the divine brine with to have a life that's happy, healthy, and free from suffering? I'm heading to page 196. Y'all know I love it so much. I'm going to end here today with the authenticity chant because I seek to be more authentic in my life, and I'm pretty damn close. No cigar. Let me not posture. Let me not front. Let me not say yes to lives I don't want. Let me not use words that don't mean a thing. Let me be fly as I am, no trying. Let me good for my heart, not my rep. Let me be still when I can't take a step. Don't let me get too caught creating my face. Let me just love me all over the place. I'm gonna read it one more time for my love lurkers. I have people in my family and friend group who watch me from afar and don't say anything to me to my face. I'm still winning. I'm still growing. I'm still happy. I still have great sex, great food, and great adventures. I've always had great sex, great food, and great adventures. There was a moment there last year where I was walking to the food kitchens, and I still made the best of it. I've been promised in this life great sex, great food, and great adventure. So if you're wondering how I'm doing, for all of you DMers, are you okay? Yes, I'm very okay. It's been a weekend, a very nice long weekend with my lover, having great sex, great food, and great adventure. Did you? Ah, there's work to do for a happy life, a healthy life, and a life that's free of suffering. Let me not posture. Let me not front. Let me not say yes to lies I don't want. Let me not use words that don't mean a thing. Let me be fly as I am. No trying. Let me good for my heart, not my rep. Let me be still when I can't take a step. Don't let me get too caught creating my face, meaning don't let me get so caught trying to make y'all think I'm nice. I'm not really that nice. I'm kind. I'm a teacher. I'm an orator. I'm a lecturer. I'm a mentor. I'm a spiritual soul sibling. I'm a spiritual guide and teacher and leader. Nice. I'm not that nice. Don't let me get too caught creating my face, putting on the mask to make people like me. You got to dare to be unlikable in this life. You got to dare to be unlikable. Everybody ain't gonna like you, especially if you're committed to love and inclusion and positivity. If you're committed to liberation, restorative justice, reparations. I'm committed to reparations and restorative justice. These niggas are never gonna like me. I'm committed to setting the people free, to liberating the minds of folks. I ain't never gonna be that popular. So don't let me get too caught pretending. Don't let me get too caught creating my face. Let me just love me all over the place. That's that on that. See you tomorrow, 12 noon. If you're interested in partaking in this love beauty and magic that we're doing in the world, you're more than welcome to. Let's see what happens when you Google "loved and lovable." I'm not sure if we're that good yet. I don't think we're ranking that high yet. What if you do "loved and lovable.org"? Top hit. Yeah. So if you Google "loved and lovable.org," loved and lovable.org, we are the top hit. I did something right for once in my life. The calendar, if you scroll down the first page, says that this week's theme is prayer, as we just talked about prayer. You're in the 12 noon community boost that ballooned over a half hour because I sang this morning and it felt good. So, and I run shit, so, and I do what I want. And some of y'all, are flushing the toilet and coming in and out and living your free lives. So if you get to be free, I know I certainly do. So we started a little late. So here we are. It looks like that's the only event on the calendar today, which means I get to take the rest of the day off and really tend to the money-making admin things of this community. Loved and Lovable. Tomorrow, February the 20th, we continue with our weekly theme of prayer. I'll be back in the hot seat at 12 noon Eastern with the Community Boost. 7:45 p.m. tomorrow night. Deconstruction Junction Masterclass. Some of us are tearing down our political philosophies and ideologies. Some of us are deconstruction and tearing down the religious ideologies. Something wasn't right about the way we were politically affiliated, right? The Republicans are killing people. The Democrats are killing people, right? The churches are not showing up for people in the ways they should. There's a thought that we had in our mind that we realize no longer serves us. So we have conversations, the real ones in our community. Tomorrow at 7:45 Eastern p.m., there's going to be a Deconstruction Junction Masterclass where we gather to talk about all of the things that we are tearing down. Remember, in order for us to build something new outside of supremacy and capitalism, we're going to have to deconstruct these things, demolish them, and then decide what we're going to build new. If you are into that type of conversation, that's available on our calendar at lovedandlovable.org. Later today, I'm going to be reinstalling a ticketing system that's going to run underneath everything for those of you who want to RSVP and get reminders in a way that is healthy. 8:45 tomorrow night. Love and Action Network features a lot of late night sacks with a lot of snacks. Let's see if there's something in the teleprompter for me. Visit lovedandlovable.org. It's going to happen on YouTube. That is a community gathering event where a lot of snacks. Our Dungeon Master here talks about things that have balls. Wednesday, February the 21st, we are back with our weekly theme of prayer. On Wednesday at 12 noon, Tara, for those of you who cannot stand the sound of my voice, those of you who cannot stand my joy, those of you who cannot stand my freedom and my love offering, they cannot stand the way that I sound and the way that I sing. That's why we have variety here. So many people report that they enjoy listening to Tara, some of them even more so than me. I'm cool with it. She'll be back on Wednesday at noon doing Heart Chakra Wednesday. For those of you who love Tara's vibration, I love it. I sit in the audience sometimes on stage. It's going to be a blast. 6 p.m. on Wednesday, I'm doing the Concert of Hope. For those of you who enjoy my voice and my music and that part of my mission, you're more than welcome to show up then. And then 6:30 p.m. on Wednesday is Waiting to Exhale. I have not gotten confirmation on where they want to host it now. I think it's going to remain on X Spaces for now, though. Stay close. Have I missed anything? Tony, you can send my team an email at helen@lovedandlovable.org, or you can DM me here. The best way to get in touch with me and my team, you said you got a business proposal for me. We love business proposals. You can go to lovedandlovable.org and live chat with the team, and someone will respond to you if you are credible. You may or may not be credible. But if you are credible, you will go to lovedandlovable.org. You will hit the little brown man in the bottom right corner. You will start a new conversation with us, and we will see if your offer is legitimate. Yes, stay tuned for pop-up events. I do chill and chat. Like, I do coffee, which is not scheduled every morning because I don't want to schedule my coffees anymore. I used to stress myself out about when I need to come and pour coffee with the community. So that's one of those pop-up events. I also sing off and on throughout the day. So if you're interested in coming and seeing my rehearsals, those are also pop-up events. We do announce those directly to our community through Halo and Telegram, direct message. There's no excuse for y'all pretending to not know where I am. Every day, someone looks me right in my black ass face or text messages me and says, Dr. Flo, I can never catch up with where you are. I bet you lie about other things too in your life. I bet you lie about every time people say that to me. Dr. Flo, I miss you. Dr. Flo, I don't know where to find you. Dr. Flo, I don't know how to reach you. I bet you lie about other things in your life as well. I bet you lie about so many things. I bet you do. I bet you do. My phone number is 404-585-1278. The email to my team is helen@lovedandlovable.org. You can reach me at askdrflo@gmail.com, or you can live chat me directly right now and the whole team on lovedandlovable.org. Play in somebody else's face. You cannot play in mine. You cannot play in mine. Where you been? I don't know what's going on with you. Have you been singing lately? Are you working on something new? I couldn't figure out how to reach you, Dr. Flo. How did I couldn't even figure out how to get on your calendar. I bet you couldn't figure out how to get on my calendar. I bet you don't know what's going on with a whole 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 events per week. I bet you couldn't figure out where I was. I bet you missed me. I bet you missed Dr. Flo with 14 weekly events during the day and at night. I bet you did miss me. And I bet you also lie through your teeth in other areas of your life. Because the way you are in one area of your life, girl, guy, person, is the way you are in every area of your life. For those of you who are in my DMs or come back to the community as you do and say, oh my God, I missed you. I just didn't know where to find you. You lie in other areas of your life as well. We're going to get you free this year. We're healing 10 generations forward and 10 generations back. You're loved and lovable. Let's end these live streams, shall we? Bye, YouTube. Stop lying. Mostly you're lying to yourself. I can take the lies. I know you don't miss me. I know that you know what's going on in my community and you pretend not to. You tell on yourselves all the time. You let it slip that you really know while pretending not to. It's fine. You can lie to me, girl, all you want. Stop lying to yourself. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. What a time.